Hello, hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to today, June 7th, 2025. And let me tell you, yesterday was 6/6, and it was so intense. So intense. This whole week, that's what I came on to talk about today, was my experiences this week. Whew. It was a doozy. So on Tuesday, my daughter graduated from the 5th grade, and that brought up so much emotion. My oldest graduated 5th grade 4 years ago, and that was during COVID. So I feel like I was processing both. So much love, so much gratitude for watching her grow and become this beautiful young woman. And also like so much grief that this chapter is ending. That sweet innocence moving into what for me was a very tumultuous time, middle school. And really that's been the theme of this week, is doing a lot of inner child work on that 10 to 14-year-old little Lisa, and as I'm doing it, as I'm parenting her and reparenting that version of me, realizing that during this time what is needed is space to be, space to figure out who you are. And I'm saying this about me and her because she's actually in this age right now, and it's so eye-opening for me, like comparing her experience in childhood and my experience in childhood, and really understanding why I am the way I am. And once I understand that, I can choose differently. And like, for example, I wasn't allotted space. Another thing that's needed during this time is like finding your voice, being allowed to disagree with the adults in your life, being allowed to say no. If I said no, poof, backhand of the mouth, real quick. Like, there was no saying no. There was no disagreeing. It was what they say goes, and there's no discussing it. It's not going to change. That's how I grew up. And so now it's like I'm in the in-between, because I know I don't want to do that anymore. However, knowing what to do instead is knowing what to do, and actually doing it are two different things too. It's like, I know I need to give her space. I know I need to allow her to say no. I know I need to allow her to disagree with me. I know I need to allow her to tell me anything that's going on, even if it's like hard for me to hear. I want to hear it. I want to be there for it. And then when she tells me no and disagrees with me, the feelings inside of my body and what I'm familiar with, how to handle it, like changing that is where I'm at right now. And what I realized yesterday, as I was doing a lot of deep work on myself, realizing where these patterns began in my life, the adults in my life said some mean things. And I don't know, I'm sure that they didn't mean them to be mean. Maybe just joking, maybe just upset with their own things going on. But these things are still with me 30 years later. And I really don't want my daughter or my sons in 30 years from now to be like, having to rewire their entire being, all of their beliefs about themselves, because I tainted it and told them that when you speak, everybody's going to know how stupid you are. That's what I was healing yesterday. You know, instead of helping me find my voice, it got shut down. So now that I have this beautiful, talented, worthy, and deserving, and just, so good, just goodness of a daughter, and finding it difficult at times to not do the same thing to her, it's so intense. It's like you can watch yourself doing the same things that hurt you to the person that you like would give anything in the world to not hurt. This is the feeling, right? This wheels spinning and it's chaotic and you just like, I just don't know what to do. And then I looked inwards and realized that I am giving myself space. I am now allowing myself to say no. I am finding my voice and I am using it, and I am speaking up, setting boundaries. And I'm so vulnerable with her, and I'm learning and getting better by the day at being able to hold that space. And this really is what the whole self-love journey is all about. It's about realizing that the traumas that we've been through, the parts of us that we have put away and don't want to associate with, we hold them and we sit with them, and what I do is listen to that music that they want to hear, which is normally pretty angry and sad, because guess what? When I was 13, I was so sad and I couldn't admit it. I wasn't allowed to be sad. So I hid it, and I continued to hide it until I was about 35. And then I couldn't anymore, but I didn't know why. And now it's like, of course you were sad. The adults in your life, like, and not out of bad intent, just because this is the way it was, this is the way they grew up, it's the best that they knew how to do. They shut my voice down. Me, who I am, and I allowed it. That's the thing right there. It's not them doing it to you, it's that you continue to allow it. You allowed it then, and you continue to allow it. You don't have to. You can use your voice. You can say no. You can create space to figure out what it is that makes you you. Knowing this and giving it to myself is the key to being able to allow it in her. It's the key. I love you. Bye.